Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is time to shop my stash. So I'm gonna just show you what's on this little plastic acrylic thing here. So this I keep in the bathroom, and I put like foundations on that I want to use for that day and things like that. And as you can see, eye pencils. I hope this is not going to be too shaky. I'm holding it with my hands. So we've got, I think these are all Essence ones. So we've got this one is an eyebrow pencil by Primark. I use it mainly for the spoolie, but I have used the eyebrow pencil and I really do like it. Then I have this Essence Extreme Lasting eye pencil, which is waterproof in 02 but first espresso. Then I have this Essence Long Lasting pencil. I don't know what shade this is, oh, it's in 32 Go Green. It's a really nice lime green, really good for the spring summer. And then I have this really vibrant electric kind of red shade. What shade is this? I don't think it has a shade, can't see one anyway. It just says Essence Electric Vibes, so that's that. I've been using them quite a lot, not really the electric vibe and the green pencil, but the other two I've been using quite a lot. Then I've got this in. I was hoping to use this, but I didn't really get around to it, and it's the Revlon 24 Hours Colour State, and I think it's too dark for me anyway, so I would have to mix it with something. So yeah, we've got that. I'll show you the rest of my foundations as we go along. I've really been loving using this, and it's the PS Prep and Perfect Glow Primer. And it says it's an illuminating skin primer, and you get 27 mils, which is a bit of an odd number, but it really is a good primer. I'm thinking about actually getting a backup because they're only £3, so yeah, I would recommend that. My nose won't stop running. Hay fever is doing my head in at the moment. Then I've got this W7 High Definition Camera Ready Foundation in the shade Buff, which is the lightest one you can get. I really like that. I'm wearing it today. I've been using this Laura Geller as like a setting powder, and I didn't know if it would work at first, but yeah, it's really good. And it's the Balance and Brighten Foundation with SPF 15 in the shade Porcelain. This I've been using for my under eyes, and it's the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Really good. All these products are going back, apart from a few. And then I've got the PS Strobing Highlighter. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, so I might keep that in. This one needs to be put in the bin because I've used it all up now. I took the stopper out of it originally, and it's just I've took everything out that I could possibly take out of it, so I do need to pull a lighter concealer, just because the other two that I've got in my project pan are too dark. I think I do have one more lighter concealer, and I'll pull that. This also needs to be going in the bin now, because I've used that all up, and it's the Caudalie Serum. It's really good. I loved it. I loved using that, but that's gone. This is nearly gone. I think I've got about 1 or 2 uses left, and it's the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream, the anti-aging one. It's really nice, so I'll keep that in. I'll be keeping this in because I didn't get a chance to use it. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. It's the PS Glow highlighter stick, but on me it would be more of a blusher kind of tone. I'll show you. That's what it looks like. It's like a rosy gold blusher, so I need to test that out and see if I like it. This one's been pulled in because obviously I've run out of the Revolution one, but it's too dark. I use it to set like to put on my eyebrows, not eyebrows, eyelids, like as a primer, and it works really well for that. And if I use a lighter concealer and use a little bit of that over the top, it works well as well. And then we've just got one more thing in here, and I haven't used this because I've been using like moisturisers and things like that, and it's the L'Oreal Extraordinary Facial Oil. So yeah, I do want to get more use out of that, so they will stay in. So all that's staying in is those items there. And then I'm just going to briefly talk about some items that are in this other basket that I've got, which are all falling on the floor, it would seem. Ugh. Right, so they're all like Project Pan, so I don't need to talk about them too much. So we've got the Pixi by Petra translucent gel, which looks awful because of all the brow product that's in it. The Pixi by Petra lower lash mascara. All these will be staying in because obviously they are Project Pan. I'm not going to show you the progress I've made just because I have done a recent spring project update, so you can go and check that out when that's up. This Hourglass ambient lighting palette is nearly all done, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out of the collection, but I'll also be sad because it really is a good palette and very expensive. So we've got this Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in Perversion, this Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done foundation in the shade Medium Light. Then I've got this Kathleen Lights and Colourpop Aquarius lip liner, which seems to be never ending. My Essence, I think it's called Silk Nude cream eyeliner, which I use every day, which again seems to be never ending. I've got the Rimmel Exaggerate and Call Me Crazy lip liner, which I love and I'm wearing today. This one I'm not so impressed with, but I do want to finish it up. It's just a PS lip liner in the shade Red from Primark. Then there's this number 17. I'll show you this. It's just basically an eyebrow shade, like to illuminate your arch of your brow. So that's nearly done. I can't wait for that to go out of the collection, just because it really is super old. I wouldn't even like to think how old it is, but it is really old. I have used this a few times, but only for, I said this in my Project Pan, and I can't even get it open because, right, so I've got it open. I only used it for the light cream shade there, because I was missing a few cream shades in a palette, but I really need to start using this because I do want to make a huge dent in it by the end of the year. I've been using this Revolution and Imagination palette, and I've made some serious progress on Lovely Heart, even more so in the last week, I would say, so I've been using it quite a lot. The Body Shop brow and liner kit, I've been using that religiously. That's the only eyebrow kit that I'm using at the moment. I've been using this as well a lot. Well, this and a few other products that I pulled in the last fortnight, but I really do like this blush, and it's one of the Love Flush blushes in the shade Love Hangover. And I've been using this bronzer by Essence. It's, what is it? I always forget the name of it. It's Luminous Matte, and it's in the shade Lighter Skin. But yeah, I want to get this out of the collection. One, because the packaging is so flimsy, and two, because obviously I've hit significant pan on it now. As you can see, most of the half in the middle has gone. So yeah, I'm going to keep that in, and this I'm making huge progress with when it wants to focus. It's the Ciate Wonder Wand mascara. I really like it. I do think it's a nice mascara. So yeah, most of these products will be staying in. Whether I use them again in the next fortnight is anyone's guess, because I go through stages of like using the project pans, and then I go through stages of using the makeup stash items more. I'm just going to pop all this in here, and then I can show you what's in the drawer. I was hoping this was going to be not that long this time, because the last one was like 49 minutes, and I've not even got to the shop my stash part yet. Right, I'm just going to go through this quickly. So I used this I think once or twice, and it's the Liquid Katsu in the shade Emerald Gaze. Didn't use that. I don't know, I think I might just put that away, because it's always in here and I don't use it, but I'll leave it there for now. Didn't use that either, and it's the Lottie Eye Foil in the shade Savage. It really is pretty, and it goes with like pink looks and like peach looks. Didn't use that either, and it's the Moon Dust in Solstice. Right, so now we're coming to the Charlotte Tilbury quads. I only used one of these, and I think it was the Vintage Vamp. These are really stunning, and I think I'm going to leave them both in anyway for another fortnight. No, it wasn't that one. That's the one I didn't use, so that needs to be used next. Yeah, that's the one I used, and it really is stunning, like I've said. Didn't use that Game Face by Colourpop. I think I used that a couple of weeks ago. I didn't use it this last week, but it was the week, like a couple of weeks ago I used it. So that's in the shade Oon. Not used this yet, which is in the shade 202 by Kiko. I've not used these yet either, by Australis, the metallics. So that one's in JZ. And this one is in Guns and Rose Petals. Didn't use this. I've only used it once, and that was at Christmas. It's in the shade Teal Me Moi. What else? I've not used that Pigment yet by Primark. I've not used this blue Infallible All Night Blue yet. All of this I've not used, apart from that one Charlotte Tilbury quad, and then I've not used that either. I didn't use this Tan Disilo or this primer. I used this, and I decided this was in my chopping block items, and I've actually decided to keep it. I actually really like it. I like that shade there and that shade, so I'm going to be keeping that. That can go back in the collection. I didn't use this magnetic palette that I've made up. Gosh. So it's got the blusher by Benefit Gold Rush. It's just a travel size one, and they're all Makeup Geek eyeshadows. So yeah, I've not used that. I'm going to keep it in. This part of me really wants to declutter it, but it's just for the highlighter side. The highlighter's really dry. I'm going to keep it in my makeup collection and see if I reach for it, because I really do like the bronzer and the blush. The blusher's right up my street. This Pixie and Dolce Candy I've been using quite a lot. Now they say it's a face and eyeshadow palette. I agree to an extent that you can use these these items as like eyeshadows as well, but the only ones for me that I've been using as eyeshadows is this. I've got this shade on today. I really like it. Then yesterday I used this one in the inner corner and outer corner, and then used this one in the middle of the eye, so it was like a spotlight eye, and it looked really nice. And I've also used this as a blush topper and this as a blush topper, and it does look really nice. I think it's more of a face palette, and you can like obviously use these shimmers as eyeshadows as well, but I would say it's more of a face palette than anything, not like to be used as both. This one, I've had lots of dilemmas with this, guys, I've got to admit. Smashbox Full Exposure, it was going to get decluttered, but I spoke to someone on Instagram and she was telling me that she had problems with it when she first started using it. I don't know if this is true, but let's try and get it open so I can explain. So the shimmers, they're all like glitter shimmers, and especially the lighter ones, I really have trouble with pigment with them. I like my eyeshadows, especially the shimmers, to have a lot of pigment, so I tried it with my fingers like I would normally. That didn't work, so then I put it on with a setting spray, and yes, they were more pigmented, but the lighter shades just didn't impress me at all. And what she was saying, the girl that I've spoken to on Instagram, she said as you use them more and more, they apply better. I've been applying them with setting spray, and I do obviously get that little bit more pigment. These tones here, these silver and like grey tones, are really nice to give a really nice smoky eye, and the mattes are beautiful. I've used probably all the mattes. I think the only shimmer in this palette I like is that one, and that's like more of an inner corner highlight shimmer, because it's got no glitter in it, so it's definitely the glitter that's making these hard to apply. Now if you've got any tips and tricks for us here on YouTube, just leave me a comment down below. I know that I'd really appreciate it, and if anyone else is having the same problem, they will appreciate it as well. But yeah, I'll keep it for now and see how I get on, but it's going back in the collection anyway. So next up we've got this Revolution Revaholic Cheeks. This was also in my chopping block items. I've not used it yet. I really do like the peach blushers, and I like the two highlighters next to them, so I don't know if I'm going to be getting rid of it, so it needs to stay in the drawers for another 2 weeks at least, just so I can test it out. Right, then we've got a bobble stuck. Then we have this beautiful Royal Affair palette. This is the one that I spent probably the most time on, just because I wanted to see what I thought of it. I'll be doing a separate review on it with maybe a look, but yeah, I really love this palette. Like I said in my review, I think this will go up first, so I don't really want to spoil it. I just feel like there's too many browns in this palette, too many. Right, so back to this Royal Affair palette. I was talking about this before I was rudely cut off. Like I said, it really is a pretty palette, but it's got so many browns in, and they all look similar, like, and on the eyes as well, they look really similar, like muddy. I mean, I love this brown. It's like a mustard brown, so it is a bit different. And the really dark browns, like this one here, I don't tend to use those colours. What shade's that? That shade's Duchess. I like this like caramel shade down here to put in the transition. I like that one, but I just feel like they're just so similar, and even some of the shimmers are very similar as well. I have done kind of a review that will be going up after this, so I don't really want to talk too much about it, and we've got other things to discuss, but I really do like this, and it was a bargain from TK Maxx at just £5.99. So that's that. I've talked about them already. So I don't really use this unless my lips are super chapped, and it's the Tarte Ravishing Lip Surgeons lip cream. They are really, really nice, and I got that with a Tarte palette. Then I've got another concealer which is too dark for me. It's the Rimmel Wake Me Up, so I definitely need to pull a lighter concealer in. I've got this Ico, that's where I draw the line. I think I'm just going to declutter this because I don't wear liquid eyeliners. And I've got a glitter glue by Too Faced that always stays in there. Then when it comes to highlighters, I have been using this like every other day. I've been using the Pixie one, and then I've been using this as well. I absolutely adore Mary Lou. I didn't think I liked it, but it is such a beautiful highlighter. I'm tempted to keep it in, but there are other highlighters that I want to try, so I'll take that out. I didn't use this one, the Model Zone. What shade is this? It's in Love Struck 04, and it's a Rock and Rosy Shimmer Baked Blusher. Let's see if I can open it and show you. Don't think it's going to happen. No, it's not happening. I have shown it though in previous videos. Didn't use this Brunch Club highlight by Primark, so I'll leave that in. Used this quite a few times, and I thought that I might be decluttering this blush by Bourjois. Can't get that open either, but it's a really nice rosy pink. It's in the shade Rose de Jasp 95. I didn't use that. That's the Glow Baked Highlighter by, I think it's New Look. It's in the shade Gold Rush. Really, really pretty. And this one shouldn't even be in there. It's a Project Pan. It's the MAC Soft and Gentle, so we'll just leave that there. That's more Project Pan items. I'm not going to pull any bronzers this month, because I've got this one in a Project Pan, and it's a Film Star, what is it? Film Star Bronze and Glow, so I want to try and get as much of that out as possible. And I've also got the Essence one, and also the Chanel one, so I don't need any bronzers for this month. I don't really need highlights, but I do want to pull at least one, because I do actually want to be able to use these two, and because they've been in here a couple of months now, I think, or at least that one's been in a couple of months. I think that one's just a few weeks. So yeah, I mean, I've kept this in as well, this little palette here, which has a blush, but I do want to get some more blushes. Right, and that's it. I mean, it still looks pretty full. I mean, this is what we've got in. Obviously, they're all Project Pans. The blusher palette there, the magnetic palette at the back. These tend to stay in here, to be honest. They're all eyeshadows. Then we've got like liquid eyeshadows there in the back, concealer, glitter glue, bronzer, and a primer there, and then the highlighters there. Then at the back of that is just my Mario Badescu facial spray. I don't need it at the moment, so that's why it's there. And now I'll take you up to like the foundations and things like that. So these are all the lipsticks that I've been trying out. I'm not going to go into detail because I do a lipstick edit every month, so I'll do that like in May, because April's lipstick edit's already gone up. I'll leave that in the cards somewhere here if you've not already seen it. So like I said to you before, I've not used this one, this Revlon Colour Stay, so I think I'm going to keep that in. This one can go back. It's the W7 High Definition in the shade Buff. I know I like it and I want to keep it. I've used this quite a few times. It's the Infallible Total Cover in Porcelain. I think it's actually nearly done, so that can go back. Then we've got the Maybelline Fit Me, and that's the Matte and Poreless in 105. I think I'm going to keep this one out just for the warmer months, and it's the BB 9-in-1. I'll keep this out as well just for like when I need a good coverage foundation, just because this is probably one of my favourites, and it's by Primark, and it's the PS My Perfect Colour. I'm going to pop that in the drawer. There's not that much left now, and then it will be out of the collection. So that's everything. Obviously I've not shown you the lipsticks. I want to show you them in the lipstick edit. So we'll just pop these somewhere. In fact, let's see if we can pop them back in the drawer. Let's pull some foundation. So I'm going to, shall I pull maybe 2, 3? So I'm going to pull this number 7 Lift and Illuminate foundation, so that can go there. And I need to pull something light, just in case it needs to be a bit lighter. So what I'm going to do is, this is quite pink toned and my skin's quite pink toned, so I'll pull that as well. The Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Foundation, and then we're just going to pull one more. I can't remember which ones I've not used in a while. I think I'm going to test this because I don't know whether I want to declutter that, so I'll test that one as well. And that's it. There's 3 there, so I should be able to put some back. She says, I do actually want to use this one as well, so that's plenty for like 2 weeks. And then these ones need to go back. Right, so now we've done foundations, and we need to do primers actually. I've not used this one in a while, and it's the Sephora. It's a smoothing primer, and it mattifies as well, but because it does that, I think I'm going to pull this vitamin C, and you put this under like moisturiser your makeup primer, and it gives you that really nice glow from within. It says it's an instant glow enhancer, and it helps dull, tired and grumpy skin. So yes, we'll pull them. Concealer, I need to pull this. This is the lightest one I've got in my collection. Really love this concealer, to be honest. It's the Collection Lasting Perfection, and it's a 16-hour wear. So that's that. Foundations, we've done powders. Right, so I've not used this in so long. I think I'm going to pull that one. And then I'm gonna need something like for under the eyes. I might actually try this, you know, for under the eye area. Essence All About Matte. Just because it looks like it could be brightening. So those 2 are for powders. These are bronzers. I don't really want to be pulling any bronzers. Don't know whether to just pull this Too Faced Snow Bunny, just to get a bit of use out of it. Yeah, because it's like a luminous bronzer. I'll pull that as well. But that's it. This drawer is like a newish to me drawer. I'm going to pull this because it's only a quad, and I've been wanting to use this. I've had this for so long, so I want to use that up. Well, not up, but I want to test it, see if I like it. I don't know whether to pull this. I've swatched it and it really is beautiful. I think I'll leave it for now, because I want to pull something out of the highlighter drawer. For now, because I'm not putting the lipsticks away yet, I'm going to leave lipsticks, and then maybe next fortnight when it comes to do another Shop My Stash, I can show you what I pulled. Part of me really wants to pull this because I've had this ages as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull this because I've had it ages and I want to see, because this draws my chopping block items, and I want to see whether I want to keep it or pass it on to someone. And it's the Collection Blush and Glow palette, so we'll do that. This one is going, guys. It's the Ellen Tracy Illuminating palette, and if I can get it open I can show you why. Right, so let's do it here. That highlight is far too dark, that highlight is too dark, that one's really powdery, and that one's too dark, so I'll pass it on to my niece if she wants it. If not, she can give it to someone else. This one here is not getting used yet, and then that drawer is empty. Eyeshadow palettes. This one I've had ages and it's just never been used, and it's the So Lush eyeshadow palette, and it really is a beautiful palette. Really nice for spring and summer. It's not great for like when I'm working, but I'm not getting a lot of hours at work at the minute, so it should be fine. So I'll pull that for 1 week. I do really want to pull this one. I've not used it in such a long time, but that will have to do for the following fortnight. There was another palette that I wanted to pull. Can't remember which one. Oh yeah, it's this one. Now a few people have said on YouTube that it really is a rubbish palette, but I've had it ages and it's got all those shades in. This would probably last me 2 weeks, to be honest. But yeah, I just want to pull it and see if I like it. If I don't like it, I will declutter it, like i.e. pass it on to my niece. I'm going out on Saturday, so I need some products that I know look nice as well, so I need to factor those in. So eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm going to have a think about that, you know. I might pull some singles, some Colourpop singles, because they are so vibrant. What I forgot in this single? Oh, actually, I don't know if you've all tried these, but these are so nice. So I might pull some of these. So we've got 01 Zinc About You, and they're so inexpensive. We've got 06 Copper Me. I don't think I will use that one. And also we've got which one's this? 02 Ironic, which they do look the same, to be honest. They do look kind of similar. I'll pull both them just in case. What else have we got in here? Oh, we've got this NARS Is Old as well. It's really, really pretty. I wish I could show it to you. Can't get it open. Oh, it's coming open. Look how pretty that is, guys. Super pretty. So I will pull that. I think I'll just pull that because, like, mattes I can get from any palette that I pulled. I just need some really nice shimmers, and obviously, you know, if I want some Colourpop ones, I can pull them from the Colourpop tray, and if I want some glitters, I can do the same there. Oh, highlighters. Right. Oh, I got this from a friend who didn't want it anymore. Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow, and I wanted this for ages. So as I am going out, I think I'm going to pull it, even though I said I wasn't going to pull any highlighters or bronzers. But how nice does that look? So we'll use that. So that's I think I'm gonna, even though I've tested this out, I think I'm gonna pull this as well. Pixie by Petra, and it's in Delicate Dew. Do we want any more? There was one that this one that looks totally gorgeous that I wanted to try just to see if I want to keep it in the collection, and it's the Technique Get Gorgeous in, doesn't tell me the shade, but it looks really nice. Blushes, I think we want to start from here. Oh yeah, I got this one recently from Superdrug, and it's MUA's blushed in the shade Papaya Whip. Do these not remind you of the Milano blush? Is it Milani blushes? And also those Flower Beauty ones. They just look so similar with that rose on it. So pull that. And I've got another NARS product here that I should test out. It's really bright though, guys. It's the only problem with it. Look how bright that is. Super bright. But I'm going to try it anyway, just to see if I like it. I think that's it. I don't want to really pull too much. Yeah, that's it, I think. And what I'll do is I'll pull this little Morphe palette as well, because it's got a really nice shade in here that I absolutely love, and it's this one here. It looks really right. So I've decided to put this back just because I've got that Revaholics cheek palette, and I'll pull this probably next fortnight, so I'll pop that back. Oh, I forgot to put my primer in. So this is what the drawers are looking like now. Where shall I pop that? I'll just pop it there for now. So we've got the NARS and Pierre Hardy blush there. Then we've got the Snow Bunny there. The two powders I pulled, the Essence All About Matte and the MUA Pro Base there. Right, so we've got the concealer I've pulled here, the Lost in Perfection Concealer by Collection, and then we've got all the face products. I'm hoping to get more use out of this Model's Own blush. I've pulled the Pixie by Petra Delicate Dew, then this blush by MUA. Then we've got 3 highlighters, well 5 really, considering the palette as well. No, 6 considering like the Too Faced one as well. So that's the Technique Get Gorgeous. If I don't use all these highlighters, then they'll stay in for another fortnight. It's no big deal really. So I pulled these because I might use these when I go out, because they're really nice. They look like wet eyeshadows on you, or I might decide to use, in fact I could use this over the top of something like that, and I think that'd look really nice. I haven't decided yet, so we'll just keep them there. All this stuff here is like my project pan items. So we've got the Hourglass, the Imagination. I know it looks a mess, but all these products here, most of them go in the bathroom in that little container I showed you previously, just because they're like eye products, like the mascaras, the eyeliners, the tinted brow gel. I use them every day, so they'll be coming out of here soon. I've also pulled this just because I want to test it out. As I said earlier, my friend gave me that. And then at the back of that are palettes. So we've got the Revaholic Cheek palette, which I'm really looking forward to trying out. I don't think I'll get any use out of this, but it's there if I need it, and it's also got that Gold Rush blushing. Then I have this Cargo Quad. As long as I use it a couple of times, I'll be happy, and then I can form an opinion on it. The Morphe, the little palette. It's in Awesome Blossom. It's just for that one eyeshadow really I talked about earlier. Then we've got this So Lush eyeshadow palette. And then we've got the MUA one that everyone says is no good. So I'm just wondering what my thoughts and opinions will be on this. And this is the Burning Embers palette. Just trying to pop everything back. So yeah, this is everything that's in Shop My Stash for the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping to get some use out of a lot of these items, and then I'll be able to tell you what I think of everything. But yeah, this is it. Thank you for watching. Sorry if it's a bit long again. I'll try and make it a little bit shorter next time. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please think about subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe, and press the notifications bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.